you could not make a movie in 2000 or 2001 without a Moby song. From that album, pretty prolific album. What was called Play or something like that.
I wasn't a Moby listener.
Well, I mean, like you kind of had to buy that album because it had like all these songs. The beat that song in the beach, you know.
What?
Isn't that how it goes? It's like pretty piano and just. Well, hello there, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Confused Breakfast Podcast. Do you remember the pure joy of a trip to the video rental store as a kid?
Me.
The excitement of walking down the aisles, browsing the names and the artwork, and finally picking out the movie you were going to take home with you.
Me.
Sure, it's hard to beat the ease of the modern era and streaming platforms where you don't even have to leave your couch, but there was something truly special about making that trip in your dad's 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500, picking a movie out by hand and watching it when you got home. On this podcast, we revisit and dissect some of our favorite childhood movies from that magical era to see if they still move us the way they did as kids. I'm your host, Mike Schulte. Joining me, as always, two dudes whose cars definitely would not be on this list. Shaun Pryor and AJ Vance, how the heck are you?
I don't know, man. As we'll get into it, why are they stealing, like...
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Wait.
I mean, my car is equivalent to a soccer mom van. Like, what? Why? Like, I drive a Ford Fiesta hatchback, and it gets me around. I love that thing.
That
it's
car
paid off.
The car for me that I got to ride to the movie store in for at least a couple of years was, in fact, a 1987 Buick Grand National. That's what my dad had, which was at the time the fastest production car, like in the market.
Yes.
Oh, they were just shitting them
Badass.
out?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah. It took a week to make it.
They made them very quickly, much like Anakin's pod,
Which is why
pod
they
racer.
suck.
No, in fact, it's an extremely fast car. But yeah.
You got a fast car.
You got a fast car.
Oh, let's listen to that.
Let's have fun.
Well, boys, on today's episode, we have ditched Michael Bay to fully concentrate on Nicolas Cage. During our May of Bay Uncaged month-long series, we discuss a movie that crazy enough is actually a remake. I don't know if many people knew that. Shaun will get to it later. A movie cast that includes 3 Oscar winners, just not from this film.
Oh.
Translated to Come in 60 Seconds when released in some Greek theaters.
God damn it.
Oh, no.
We're, of course, talking about 2000's Gone in 60 Seconds.
Stepping on my bit, man.
Damn it.
There it is.
Well, dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another nostalgic journey to the past with The Confused Breakfast. Sit back, relax, and enjoy wherever you are in the world. Take it away, boys.
Thank you. And if you're new to this podcast, we're going to be reviewing Gone in 60 Seconds scene by scene with a modern eye. But the way we like to start is we like to talk about it nostalgically. A lot of these other podcasts are like, I liked it when I was a kid, so that means I still like it. Not here.
Nope.
Not here. We strip it away because maybe we like it more, maybe we like it less. But we got to talk nostalgically. I think we're going to go to AJ. AJ, what is your initial thoughts of this movie the first time you saw it? What's your rating?
Oh, man. This movie, I loved it as a kid. We rented this movie, and then I saw it so many times on TV after this. Like, Gone in 60 Seconds was like a syndication staple of like TNT or wherever. But I remember very specifically renting this and watching it as like with family. And I loved this movie so much. That being said, at the time, I hated the introduction. So like I was like, oh, just hurry up.
Get to the cars.
Get to the cars. And then they did.
And then they do.
And then I loved it. And from then on, so this could have been like a 9.8 or something, but because of that song as a kid, I will give this a 9.4.
Okay.
9.4, Shaun. What about you?
I saw this in the damn theaters. You know it, boy. Me and my friend Jordan went and saw this. His grandma would take us to rated R movies all the time.
Cool.
I don't know if this is rated R.
Is this how this can't be?
I think it's probably PG-13.
Yeah.
But
PG-13.
PG-15, I think.
Yep.
She would take us to a bunch of movies, and we'd have a great time. And we just loved everything we saw. I mean, during that era, you got Blade and movies like Matrix, Con Air. It was there as well. We loved it, and we loved it every time we saw it afterwards as well, and kind of made us heterosexual men by watching Angelina Jolie in this as well. And then it made us want to buy like locksmith stuff to like get into cars and shit. Yeah, from
most people like learn how to change oil. Someone's like, I want to learn how to break into a car.
Yeah.
Oh man.
My mom got Bud K magazines.
Yeah.
I would
Bud
look through
K,
those and be
baby.
like, hell yeah, I want to get one of them.
Let's get one of these lockpick kits.
Yeah.
Mail it.
It's like, we're not gonna get you that. I loved it. Yeah,
We already got you a trench coat, kid. We're not getting you a locks.
I'm gonna say a 9.1.
Damn, 9.1 for Shaun. I feel like this was one of the first movies where it was like vital that you own this on DVD. Everyone, this is when you're starting to build your DVD collection. Everyone has this movie on DVD. I did not. I do remember seeing this for the first time in college. One of my roommates had it because everyone moved into the house together. Everybody's like, I got my Gone in 60 Seconds. I got my Gone in and we had them there, and there was like 5 of them. I was not and really am not into cars. Cars is not my thing. Like, I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, but it's this, and it's got this horse. I'm like, that's cool. Does it get me to where I need to go? Is it comfortable? It sounds good to me. So this movie was like, I think I watched it once or twice and just said, that's not for me. I'm going to give it just kind of a 6 nostalgically. Just sort of We do have executive producer David Gould on the show today. He says, gentlemen, I, David Gould, proud executive producer of the Confused Breakfast podcast, have a confession to make. I always back the wrong horse. I root for pathetic sports teams. I loved my Zune instead of an iPod, Beekman's World instead of Bill Nye, and WCW over WWE. Whatever it may be, I always seem to pick wrong, and because of this track record, it may become clearer why I can honestly say I loved Gone in 60 Seconds more than The Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
Seeing this movie for the first time, I was enthralled. Maybe it was the opening theme song, Muscle Cars, Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage, or Angelina Jolie's wig. Maybe it was the storyline of a brother's love being a brother's love. But the best answer I can gather is Hometown Pride, as the original 1974 cult classic film was produced, written, directed, and starred H.B. Halicki, a man born and raised in my hometown, giving me hope that one day I could get out into the world and create. My nostalgic rating will have to be a 9.25. I apologize. I brought this down.
How could you?
But that is still high. That is an 8.44 nostalgically. So if you're going to look at that in anything we've ever done, that's top 10. That is number 9 on the list. That is just better than Three Ninjas nostalgically. Just worst than the Mighty Ducks nostalgically.
Wow.
That is where we're putting this movie.
Big company.
This could have been, hey, you take me, let's do this. You take me out of here. This is a 9.25. That slides into number 4.
Wow.
So
Damn.
I apologize, but you guys feel very highly about this movie. Let's see how we feel when we break it down scene by scene. So first we got to talk about the important, pertinent details of the movie. Shaun's got it. Let's hear it.
I don't know why, but there's not much on these Jerry Bruckheimer movies. You got to really dig deep for these.
Jer Bear.
I don't know
Which
why.
is why I stepped on your bit in the intro, because
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, because
Sounds interesting.
It'll come to light right here soon. Produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, Jonathan Hensley, and Mike Stenson. Written by Scott Rosenberg, based off the script by H.B. Halicki. Cinematography by Paul Cameron, who also did Swordfish, Man on Fire, and Collateral.
We got to do Swordfish.
We got to do all 3 of those.
Okay, let's just
those
do
are
them all.
great movies. Edited by Chris Lebenson and Tom Muldoon. Music by Trevor Rabin. Directed by Dominic Senna. Did a bunch of music videos. Did a lot for Janet Jackson, Sisters of Mercy. He did Little Lies by Fleetwood Mac. And he also directed Swordfish and Season of the Witch with Nick Cage. Cast: Nicolas Cage, Angelina Jolie, Giovanni Ribisi, T.J. Cross, William Lee Scott, Scott Kahn, James Duvall, Will Patton, Delroy Lindo, Timothy Oliphant, Chai McBride, Christopher X. Eccleston, Vinnie Jones, Grace Zabriskie, Robert Duvall, and Master P. Options for the
How dare you
remake.
save him for last?
Options for the remake of Gone in 60 Seconds had started even before Con Air had started filming. It was while on set and filming for Con Air that Jerry Bruckheimer approached writer Scott Rosenberg with the concept of Gone. Rosenberg thought it was the coolest idea he had ever heard and got to writing. I mean, think about it. He just approached me. He was like, "There's a gang of thieves.
But there's also another gang.
There's also another gang, but there's a gang of thieves, and they have to steal 50 cars in one night." I would be like, "Fuck yeah, dude, we're doing that."
Let's do it.
Early on, the producers and writer knew they wanted the kid brother to be the catalyst and ultimate fulcrum of the plot. The title was translated to "Come in 60 Seconds" for Greek audiences.
Which makes a lot of sense. I like that joke. Do it again.
The title was translated to "Come in 60 Seconds" for Greek audiences.
Oh my God. Can you believe that? What a bunch of idiots over there.
Well, this wasn't a porn remake? This is just the real thing. I hate it.
We're having a good time.
Gone in 60 Seconds was released in theaters on June 9th, 2000, and on a budget of $90 to $103 million. We're not sure. The film made $237.2 million at the box office. As I'm told you, there's not much on
There's
these
just
movies.
I got
much.
one interesting thing for you. I didn't know if you had seen this or not, but I figured it's pertinent for this. The film trailer was narrated by Melissa Disney, and it's widely considered that this was the first female trailer narration voice in this movie, which is interesting because you don't think that it's a male dominated thing because you're just like, oh, that's just the trailer. But you watch this trailer and you're like, something's different about this, and you don't really know why. It's like it's a female voice, and she was one of the first ones to ever do it. Kind of a cool thing.
Lottie should do voiceovers for trailers.
If we ever
Yeah.
do a movie, Lottie's going to do our film trailer. Yeah.
Tight.
Tight. Well, everybody, we appreciate you being here. We're just three dudes trying to make some content. We're putting podcasts out in the world. We're so happy that you're here listening to us. But we have two things you can do to help us along. A call to action, if you will. Number one, you got to get out there. You got to give us a 5-star rating on your podcast platform. Write a review. It never fails. About once every 2 months, we get a TikTok video goes off. The trolls start coming out being like, everyone knew that James Bond was in The Rock. Everyone knew this.
Everyone knew
that means your podcast is garbage. And they'll give us a 1-star.
I was looking on Instagram today, and that said there was a hidden comment, and the hidden comment was because it was profanity, and it was because they were calling us idiots and we should die and everything. And I'm like, oh wow.
So what we need from you is to counteract that. You can even say funny, mean shit about us, but just give us a 5-star. Give us a 5-star. Say something nice. And the most important way that you can actually support this podcast is to join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/confusedbreakfast. Weekly bonus audio, private Discord, movie votes. We talk about a lot of fun stuff. We're going to do a deep dive on Nick Cage here on our Patreon episode. We did a deep dive on Michael Bay a couple weeks ago. You will love it. If you love us, you'll love Patreon, and you're directly sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah.
You're sponsoring us.
You're a sponsor of the show. Can you believe it?
Well, up next, we got AJ. He did the research for us, gives us the ratings reviews from critics and fans alike. What do you got, man?
Tomato meter, Mikey. Mikey, tomato meter.
we had this joke planned, and then you had a new intro.
You were
planned.
out of the room, and we were like, do it to AJ.
Okay, do it again. Okay, try it again.
I thought I had a great.
God dang it.
I thought that was going to be a lot of fun.
We're not. Yep.
No, just go into it.
Well, 25%.
I know. I feel you. Once you come up with like, oh, that's going to be a great bit, you're like, someone already has something in mind, you know? It's
So
weird.
how about this? What were we going to do? The tomato meter. Okay.
That was going to be
So
the
that
joke.
was your joke.
It was
So that way you could completely kibosh what I thought. Okay.
I didn't know you had a joke.
It sucks,
I told
doesn't it?
you about it.
It sucks.
Don't worry, you'll get me later. It's fine. I got you both. You'll get me.
Okay. Well, 25% on the tomato meter. Splat.
That is 5th from the bottom of any movie we've done.
I'll say it right now because I've been dying to say it since I watched this movie and saw that was the rating. That is way too low for this.
It's such a shock.
That is so fucking low.
Well, just for reference too, it's not the greatest span that we've had, but it's a pretty large span between what are the fans?
About 77%.
So that, I mean, anytime you see that big of a discrepancy, someone's wrong.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's the critics. That fifth from the bottom, that the critics think this movie is slightly better than The Mighty Ducks, slightly worse than Heavyweights of any movie we've done.
Wow.
Is where they feel this movie goes. And I don't agree with that.
I don't agree
Those
with
are
that
two
look at
like
all.
kids funny movies, and this is like, no.
I mean, yeah, we are comparing them because they're out with the movies that we've done.
Yes.
But even Heavyweights is not that bad at all.
No.
Definitely, I'm sure this is like a tough year. Like critics are seeing a lot of great things
It's
this year,
true.
right? Maybe that plays. Obviously, it's got to play a part in it. But 25% is just way too low, in my opinion. 6.5 on IMDb.
That's still bottom 10
Yeah,
of
that's
anything we've done.
crazy.
That is tied with, weirdly enough, The Santa Claus and Home Alone. Wow. For any movies we've done.
Dude, that's so weird.
I don't get it.
6.5 is a bad movie on IMDb.
Yeah, that's
Tragically bad.
bottom 10 of all movies. We've done like what,
140 or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Man. I'll give you some critics here. Down at the bottom, Baltimore Sun and Hornaday gave it a 38 out of 100 and just simply called it a brain softener. 50 out of 100 from the Miami Herald. In the end, for all its autoerotic flair, Gone in 60 Seconds is missing a money shot.
I mean,
Well, Come in 60 Seconds wasn't.
yeah, see?
Redeem myself. I redeemed it. All right.
I think that's a great start. Love it.
This is good.
Yeah, we're having a good time. Oh, man.
Whew, I feel great, dude.
However, Chicago Tribune, Michael Wilmington gave it an 88 out of 100.
Nice.
One of the best of its streamlined, overproduced, double clutch kind, a high-speed, slicker-than-slick car chase movie with unexpected deposits of character and comedy.
That's beautiful.
I think that's a great way to describe it.
That totally encapsulates it.
Encapsulates. I'm not going to read this entire one. However, I think that this is, for some reason, this caught me off guard, and I loved it. This is a 5 out of 10. Not a big fan. This is in 2022. That Tio Angeletti said, "These kinds of films encourage our youth to depravity. I feel." I'm just gonna read this and then I'm just gonna leave it be. Okay. The primary character is a valley girl, a girl of privilege who has been sheltered her whole life, never wanting for possessions, never being disciplined, never being loved. One day, she is having some friends over. These are similarly dead. Similarly dead, purposeless people. Apparently, Bruckheimer has a fixation on this crowd. Drugs, sex, thin profundities. Then she encounters some guys stealing her Cadillac SUV. The encounter proves thrilling.
This is a review of Valley Girl.
Well, wait.
Fast forward. Go ahead.
No, I see where I finally see where you're going with this.
Okay. Fast forward. She has left her riches, become a homeless prostitute and an addict. She seeks the thrills of car theft to recapture that one moment of escape. In that pursuit, we see her here joining a car theft ring composed of a bunch of morons. This is underscored by using the same crowd of goofs to stand for both the current and past gang. She needs to take stuff to validate her life. That needs to transcend the drugs, sex, and will. There is a side plot about fraternal fidelity that builds the context for the mechanics of how gangs substitute for family. Now I feel like we're getting to Fast and the Furious.
We need a full episode to dissect this review.
Is that a combination of Valley Girl and Girl Interrupted?
Well, no, I think, okay, so maybe AJ knows, like, they're talking about the girl at the party.
Yeah.
They're talking about the kids at the party where they steal in this movie, and she goes, they're stealing her car. Like,
Call the police. They're stealing car. Call security.
They're strictly referencing that girl. That was awesome.
In other words, this is a breathless. It preaches that thrill-seeking kills the mind and saps the spirit, and it does so by wrapping its message in thrills. Pretty intelligent like this.
You know,
that's great, though.
People see movies different.
Yeah.
You know, some people like Encino Man, some people hate it. He really related to that person.
You know who was probably at that party? Steve Kuser.
I'm gonna read through this one quick because this is a great one for the nostalgic touch. 10 out of 10, timeless classic. This is one of those movies that I can watch once a year or once in a while, knowing all the scenes and dialogues by heart. It's just it just doesn't get old and brings me joy every time I watch it and reminds me of the good times I had when I was at high school. I can still taste the Corona beer and Doritos.
Hell yeah.
Sitting in my parents' basement, which had a very mild, damp, moist smell, watching this movie with my cousin.
Mild, damp?
Mild and damp.
Damp means more than mild. Go ahead.
You're right. Sitting with my cousin, admiring Nick Cage and saying, God, how hot Angelina Jolie is.
Shaun, right?
This is what a great movie should do for you. Not all movies should be Oscar worthy. Definitely give this one a go. If you haven't, you won't be disappointed. Guys, I have one last one, and I think this is a very important one because we recently received a wonderful photo.
Oh,
yes.
correct.
Right?
Yes, we did.
And who is the name of that individual?
Oh, geez.
The name? I'll tell you what it is then.
You have it?
It's Wavy G.
Yes, Wavy
All
G.
right.
Wavy G, you did it.
You did it.
You did it. You got your IMDb review in for us to read.
Oh,
and here it
wow.
is, guys.
Are you serious?
Wavy G, who sent us the great Michael Bay
Yes.
movie poster. We will post that up. Also wrote this, and he gave it a 10 out of 10. Best movie about stealing cars and cars with girls' names. Warning, spoilers.
Uh-oh.
This is May 10th, 2023. 7 out of 7. I freaking love this movie, man. Nicolas Cage is. There are so many funny parts and also great crashes and explosions. What's up with the hair in this movie? Angelina Jolie has white girl dreads, no shaming, and Giovanni Ribisi looks like he has Elmer's glue in his hair. Was that a trend in 2000?
Yes.
Nicolas Cage has blonde highlights on top.
Yes.
That was definitely a trend in 2000.
So does Will Patton.
The title is very peculiar. Gone in 60 seconds? What kind of name is that? I mean, I get it. They are, warning, spoilers, car thieves, and they have to steal them really fast to pull off this job. Wouldn't Fast and the Furious be a better title for this? Had that movie already been made? Had that movie already been made yet at this point? Also, this movie has a theme.
2001, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also, this movie has a theme of using women's names as cars. This is a great idea because the cops won't know what you're talking about over the radio waves. Okay, boys. Now, next up, we're gonna go steal Julia.
It still sounds very
It's actually
nefarious.
worse. It's human trafficking. So we're really going to go after that.
The most literal you can be with human trafficking, traffic, cars. Thank you.
my goodness.
We didn't think about that.
Nothing to worry about there, right, cops? Anyways, they steal 50 freaking cars, and there's a great car chase culminating with a jump over a traffic jam. Why didn't I ever think of that? Action-packed joyride, plus lots of love, and 7 out of 7 stars. This movie rocks.
Nice.
Thank you, AVG. That's all. I
Yeah,
got.
you make some great fan art or whatever art
Yeah.
for us. You'll get your thing.
Thank you for
You did
putting
it.
that on IMDb. I found it. I love it.
Well, boys, we need to boost 50 cars in the next 72 hours. They may not be 10-second cars, but they're hard to find nonetheless. Assemble the crew, crank up the techno music. You should stick around because a little bit later we're going to make s'mores and sing Kumbaya.
Okay, let's ride.
All right, so scene 1. Car thief Kip Raines works with his gang to steal 50 high-end cars for gangster Raymond Calitri. After stealing a Porsche 996 from a showroom, Kip leads the police to his crew's warehouse, forcing the thieves to flee. Detectives Castlebeck and Drykoff impound the stolen cars and open an investigation. Atlee Jackson pleads with Kip's older brother Randall Memphis Raines to help out. How bad is this Photoshop?
Oh no.
It's a day. It's
Like-
it's rough.
Like, if you don't know what we're talking about, this whole, first of all, this fucking intro, it goes on forever.
This
Goes on
is
forever.
the worst intro.
Is this worse than
that we-
Speed, though?
Yes.
I don't know. See,
I don't think it is. man.
I hated it as a kid, and now I've come back around because I really do like that song now.
It
and I
needs
think it
two
builds up a
songs.
lot.
it
needs
really?
two songs.
It needs 2 songs to get through the entire thing.
Oh man, it's a lot, but I think what's worse out of this whole thing, not the green sepia tone, It is the Photoshop, Mike.
They're like, and someone got paid a lot of money to do that, and they were like, "Wow, that's awesome!
Wow,
This looks really good."
They saw that. This looks like Nick Cage.
I mean, it's spitting image.
Look at that.
And now, and like they had to use like massive like art things and computers and 5 people. I could do a better one on my phone in 5 seconds right now.
Yeah,
that's how crazy technology has come along since then.
Yes.
But like this intro, I have a question. Why do we have to put credits to start movies? Is like, why does that have to happen? Why can't we just do it all at the end?
I don't know.
Is that a rule?
No, it's not a rule because we've seen movies that do it strictly at the end and don't do it in the beginning. I like it because I'm a nerd and I like to see like the cinematographer, and I'm like, oh, do I recognize them or not? And because I'm a nerd.
You're a nerd.
But I don't know. There's no like. I don't think there's any reason.
I think that's actually a great question. I'm surprised it took us this long to ask it, because you're 100% right. Like, this takes so long,
And you're just sitting in the theater. You finally made it.
Yeah.
Like the trailers are over, and you're like, here we go. And then you still have 5 minutes of just going, yeah, we know. We gotta bring Sally up and bring her down. We know. Okay, Moby, let's go.
Moby.
Come on, guys. Let's move.
And if it was building and building and building, because that song does a very good job of that, right? It like brings in those symphonic moments at the end, and it's building and building and building, and then it focuses in on the car that they're basically about to steal, and it's like, okay, that built for not a lot of silence. Like, it didn't build towards anything.
No.
My inkling is that it could be that like they had a deal with the publishing company of those 2 songs and had to cram them in there somewhere. So like, we'll just make an extended intro credit scene and put those songs in there so the publishings are happy and everything. But yeah, I mean, that's my only thing that I could think of for it being that long. But it's like also like a Rear Window kind of thing. Like, you learn all about the main character within pictures,
Kind of
in the
though,
in the
right?
beginning. Well, you don't like not in this.
You're like, oh, there he is.
But
now
like,
he's older.
in Hitchcock's Rear Window, it's like
I
you
wonder
know,
if
Yeah,
You
it's not Back to the Future where you learn
understand
so
exactly.
much shit.
You understand exactly why he's like wheelchair bound and that, but we don't need any of this. Like, we like all it's saying is that they're brothers.
Yeah.
Within those pictures.
Hey,
They're brothers and they've grown up.
And
they've
do
grown
car
up.
stuff.
That's their mom, by the way.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe I don't know.
Well, that's a good point. We haven't
What
actually
if
said
their
anything
aunt? What
about
if their aunt raised them because their parents died?
Correct. You know what? You're right. It's like we could have waited to see mom till we got to the diner. We didn't need to know about all this.
I'm telling you, if you didn't know who Moby was in 1998, you sure as shit know who Moby is by 2001 or 2, because you could not make a movie in 2000 or 2001 without a Moby song. From that album, pretty prolific album. What was it called, Play or something like that?
I
Like,
wasn't a Moby listener.
well, I mean, like you kind of had to buy that album because it had like all these songs. The beat, that song in the beach, you know. What? Isn't that how it goes? It's like pretty piano and just.
Someone out there is probably like, yes, he's right. It does do that.
I think you're thinking of Enya.
You guys that doesn't even ring a bell. Seriously?
that song
Craig's
is-
laughing. I feel like Craig knows the song I'm talking about.
Is the song just like a one big sigh? It's like
doing it like we're gonna fucking not realize it eventually.
No, you know, seriously,
right?
it goes. You guys seriously don't know what song I'm talking about?
Fucking play the song.
All right, just hold on. Just hold on.
Fucking bring it up. Whatever, dude.
All right, hold on.
Keep doing it, because I.
Listen.
Oba.
Listen to my noise. It'll come. God damn, we'll cut this out. We have to get to the punch.
Son of a bitch.
Don't cut this out, Craig.
Don't you fucking cut this.
It's like towards the end.
Here it comes. I swear right now.
There we go. And just like Gone in 60 Seconds, Intro credits didn't need to be there at all. Some could say that bit didn't even need to be in this show.
Oh,
But it's going to be because of you.
See, I got you guys. You got me.
I
so
think I'm
sorry.
gonna move the belt over to Mike, even though it wasn't on purpose. Because I think honestly, this means the joke's on Mike. That's
I'm just the butt of every joke. I'm just trying to talk about my love for Moby and veganism.
oh God.
Let's get back on track here. Huh?
Well,
The only Obi I know is Obi Trice
oh,
from that time period.
I need to get my tool. I need to get my tool. That ain't a tool. That's a damn brick. Like Mirror Man, Dave, like Wish Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Is that who this guy is?
Yeah.
That's the way it feels. And then you've got not Fred, Frev.
His name's Freb.
Freb? Freb or Frev?
Freb.
Freb?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With a B.
Yeah, he couldn't spell his name. He reversed the D.
Right.
And now they call him Freb.
It's
This
Burf
is
backwards.
Burf. They're but like, if they're like they talk about this. Let's fast forward a little bit. They're going through after they leave the warehouse, after they kind of get busted, they get caught, right? And they're like, these are not Honda Civics. These are professionals. These are 3 Mercedes that they call unstealable. Go back in time. He's throwing bricks through fucking windows, and he's street racing with a stolen car. These are not. This guy is not a professional.
No, he's definitely like you get. Well, once Nick Cage like starts protecting him or starts getting like back into his life, he's like, okay, I should calm down. Like, but he seems like unhinged, and he seems like he shouldn't be on this crew, especially with Will Patton.
He's living in his brother's shadow
Yeah.
too. Like everybody's like, well, you're not as good as your brother was, and so he's like, well, I got to get super crazy and do crazy things.
Well, he
Comes with
pulls
the
up-
clout of the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he pulls up on that couple too, and he says, "You're so talented. I love you." Like, where did any of that come
What
from?
are you talking about?
And just guys, it doesn't work. Don't do that.
Saying you're talented doesn't work.
Don't do that to women.
Don't even say that to like a musician.
No,
No.
That
nothing.
is truly talented. Just don't say it.
Don't say it. They hate it.
they don't like praise.
Exactly.
There's everything about this screams like unprofessional, not good at their job. They've taken shortcuts all the way through this. Like even the keys, you
Yes.
know, you got to get the keys, and they go through a dealer, or whatever connection in the manufacturer. Even that's not a very good plan, because there's gonna be a paper trail.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know. It's like very frustrating at this point.
Did you
One-
also? Oh, sorry.
Just one little thing. One of them says, "Well, you need to be somewhere else." He's like, "Yeah, I'm missing Jerry Springer."
That was a line. Yeah,
and,
that went.
And aren't we all?
Mm.
Oh.
Moment of silence.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Man. Jerry.
All right. Sorry.
Well, he says they get to the garage, and Atlee Jackson, which is Will Patton, it's like, yeah, Porsche 902 or 96 or whatever. He's like 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. It's like, doesn't that seem slow?
Seems.
Am I weird?
Maybe for a production car,
Okay.
at the time.
This is an exotic car. I mean, I know that's very fast, but
Yeah.
like, fucking that taxi cab we were in Long Beach to go to Bert's house was a fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
And that's like 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
It is.
I rode that Velocicoaster. I went back and looked at the launch. It's 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Okay.
So you're like, shit, that's more than double the amount of time.
Yeah.
Listen, 0, 1,000, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,005. That seems like a long time.
It is a while.
to like,
Especially like wasting podcast time. That's a long time.
oh yeah. Well, and hey, can we specify, at least for myself? I don't know shit about cars.
I know nothing
Yeah,
about
And
it.
I
Yeah,
know,
either way.
and I have a feeling I understand why there was that disparaging between critics and fans. This feels very like the people that love this movie probably fucking love cars.
Yeah,
so
or
much.
like car movies for sure.
Yes.
Because it's car porn. Like
It
at
is.
this
Yeah.
point, you know, because they have the list of 50 cars, and like I get excited looking at that. Like I get excited looking at beautiful cars. Obviously, like are you excited by like?
I used to have like a cool magazine
Yeah.
that had exotic. Like I really like the exotic ones.
I mean, I definitely bought a Lamborghini poster at the book
Everyone.
fair.
You have
I mean,
to.
come on.
Diablo, right?
Yeah,
Or
Diablo.
Countach.
Yeah.
Tosh. Cock.
Yeah, I don't know anything about cars. It was a
In
Ferrari.
In fact,
Nice.
is it Porsche or Porsche?
Porsche.
just
It's Porsche.
Porsche.
We're gonna say
Porsche.
Porsche. I bet somebody's gonna be like, "You fucking idiot." Porsche.
It's like paper mache, Porsche.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Timothy Oliphant and Delroy Lindo as this cop team. This cast is insane.
It is, man.
I think that they're a great cop duo.
I want to see another movie with them in it. Delroy Lindo is so fucking good. He should have won an Oscar for Da 5 Bloods that came out in 2020, I believe. His best performance of all time, and obviously we love Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, big fan.
I think though with Timothy Oliphant, I think he's very non-memorable in this movie to me. He's so good in the things he's in. In this movie, it just feels weird. It feels like he's just sort of like throwaway.
He's even more memorable in Scream 2.
He's not.
Right?
He's not like. I feel like this is before, and maybe they downplayed him a little bit. He's not like the ultra handsome, super fit seeming guy. He's. It seems like an early role of his, and like there are even points that I can't tell if he's like making fun of stuff. He kind of throws out like this little Southern accent every now and again. That just happens, and you're like, I can't tell what you're doing. But I do love it because he plays a little bit of a bumbling number 2 cop pretty well. Man, when you get out of prison, they won't even have cars. All of them flying around in little spaceships. That'll suck.
It's got a Matthew McConaughey.
It was kind of Matthew.
But that's what he does. Like he just throws out this little Southern accent here and there. I can't tell
weird.
he's doing a bit, and it's like it's weird.
There are some good moments. Yeah,
he has these moments.
Did you read that thing about Timothy Oliphant? It was in IMDb, so you never know how true it is. But he was the studio's first choice to play Dominic Toretto.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh
Can you imagine the different trajectory that his life might have had, or potentially the Fast and the Furious franchise may not have had the same trajectory? Dominic Toretto is Vin Diesel.
Him in a tank top with a cross necklace and a Corona.
He would have done maybe 2 of them, and then he would have been out.
See, okay, there you go. He
Because
wouldn't have gone on forever.
Yeah, because Tarantino's calling, Scorsese's calling. Like he's gonna go do those movies. And no offense to Vin Diesel at all, because he's worked with Spielberg and shit. So but he's just Dominic Toretto.
Yeah, he is. What do you think about Will Patton as Atlee Jackson in this movie?
I think he's great in everything that he's in. I mean, he's never like really outstanding. We saw him in Armageddon.
Yeah.
We like him there. I like him in this movie. It's just it's never like, oh, I wish it would be somebody else. I'm like, yeah, Will Patton.
It's Will Patton.
First time watching this, I think, or you feel that he is somebody who could maybe turn at any moment. And then once you've seen this movie a couple of times, then and you obviously know after the first one he doesn't. But he does have that feeling of him. It's like, can we go somewhere to talk? It's like he's got that little bit of like bad guy casualness.
I might kill you when we go there.
Yeah, like I might kill you when we get someplace. I thought we were going someplace to talk. Get you something cold to drink. That kind of thing that he's doing. And then he's like, no, we were a team. Yeah. Me and Raines, we were a team. And I wish they would have been a little bit more clear and present about how he's like injured. He's like he's got this leg injury or something.
Yeah.
Because he only alludes to it. You barely ever see him really walking around much. He's walking with a limp, and it took me forever to realize that.
He was cast like literally 3 days before they started shooting this.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they needed someone like right before they started shooting. So I think Bruckheimer called him because Armageddon and all his team pretty much. I think Armageddon was after this, right?
It was before this.
Okay,
98.
Cool. So yeah, he's just calling up his buddy. He's like, "Hey, will you do this movie?" And he's like, I need time to like get into my character. Like I'm supposed to be driving right. Do I have like highlights in my hair? I don't know why that's a thing.
Do I have highlights? Do I slick it back with
soul
Elmer's
patch.
glue?
He's like, so how do I get into character? He's like, on camera. Come to Long Beach right now.
He told him to get into character basically on camera.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The dialogue's kind of shitty for his character in this one scene. He just repeats everything.
Yeah.
He goes, he's jammed up. Jammed up bad.
Jammed up bad.
He's bad. Real bad. He said those are 2 different times where he's like, you can just go, he's jammed up bad.
He's scared.
You have to say
he scares the hell out of me.
Real bad.
Oh,
Real
okay.
bad. Oh, shit.
Oh, you said it twice. That really means it.
And then Nick Cage is sitting there. It's just like, he's jammed up bad. Oh, real bad.
Oh, real bad?
Well, I'll upend my life as a go-kart instructor.
I was gonna say, like, what is this? And does it always look like this in Long Beach? Does it always look like there's just like they're living in a chemtrail? Like, is that what this fucking town looks like? It's just
I have
green.
been to Long Beach, and yeah, that seems to be what it is. Yeah,
Jesus,
I do
like reflecting off a swamp gas. It comes on down. Like, what's going on?
I do like the look of this movie.
I
Like,
know
it is very like sleek looking, you know,
Yeah.
because the guy who shot this did Collateral. I love that movie, the way
Yeah.
it looks. And but yeah, you're right. I mean, it's that like early 2000s, like burnt, almost like slicked in oil look
Yeah.
that all these movies had, especially Bruckheimer movies.
How frustrating must it be for him to watch kids drive? What kind of hell did he put himself into that he's like trying to teach these kids, and he even says he's like, I don't know what the hell that was. It was not driving.
And it's just like technically it was. Like,
I mean,
he's behind the wheel pressing gas or
Yeah.
like something to
Technically
activate
it's
the
driving.
battery. Like technically he was driving. He's just not doing it up to your par.
Right.
Plus, he's a little kid. Give him a fucking break, maybe a little bit.
No. See, that's the problem. He gave him the brakes, and he didn't use them.
Didn't use him properly.
Yeah,
Okay.
see? Ugh.
we always have these moments where things have become pop culture, and it's been a part of pop culture for a long time, where you wonder where it started. We've had a few of those moments. I am wondering if Scott Conn, he's Tumblr.
Oh.
When he says the stranger,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this is the first time that was ever.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the first time I ever heard.
Because the only other time was like Chappelle's show, right? Or like there's
which was after this.
Yep.
So I'm wondering. I don't know. Maybe this was always just like the writers' friends used to talk about it.
Yeah.
And they wrote it in the film, and then it becomes canon at that point.
Yeah. I was like,
Seriously.
I was watching this with my fiance, and that joke came up, and she's like, "Really?" I'm like,
Have you ever tried that?
It was
You're like,
2000.
everybody tries it once. It does.
Yeah.
It's not great.
It's not that great.
It takes a long time.
Yeah, it really is.
It's yeah. No.
In fact, let's try right now.
All right.
Wait, your other hand, your non-dominant hand.
Your other hand. Gotcha.
So one thing about Scott Conn, I think he plays the same guy in every movie that he's in. Like
Yes.
I think he's got this like facial hair in every movie that he's in. Like he's got the handlebar mustache. What do you guys think about him? But like he's just, and I don't think he is related to James Conn.
James Conn.
But yeah, every time I see him, he's just like that guy. He's like the kind of tough guy.
He's there, but
That's in the background, peripheral character.
it's for some reason you just always think he should be more memorable.
Yeah.
But he never quite gets over the hill on that. Like gets over the hump on that. Like he is like a great like third character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like he fills it very well, and he has these little comedic moments. He's funny. He's a good-looking guy, and it's just like, okay, he will fill this hole of this cast.
Yeah,
Great.
I've always liked him.
I always like him.
Yeah,
I never
he's not
dislike
gonna,
him.
He's not going to be the lead actor in a movie.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. He went on to TV for a reason, like, and he's great.
What
in
was
it.
he in?
He's like right now he's on like the CSI shows or something like
Okay,
that, like one
okay.
of those
Hawaii
types of shows.
Five-0.
Hawaii 5-0.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
He was in Entourage a lot too, wasn't
Entourage. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Tumblr.
he? Did you guys recognize who Helen Raines was? The mom?
Oh,
They present her like you should.
you mean James Duvall's thing?
No. So Helen Raines being
Their mom.
their mom. He goes to the coffee shop or to the diner.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's played by Grace Zabriskie.
Yeah.
Zabriskie. Do you recognize her from any other
Definitely
movie we've done?
recognize her, but I can't put it.
It's her second appearance. She is Dottie in Armageddon.
Oh,
she is the
okay.
wife that comes
Oh.
in to the guy looking for the
I want to
asteroid.
name her after my wife.
Yeah.
Dottie.
That's her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Weird,
That's
weird little
right.
role. Like as far as I know, that's really hasn't done
Bruckheimer
much
just
else.
got his like filler team. He's,
Exactly.
Come on in,
yeah.
Grace. You know.
Yep.
All right, before we move on to scene 2, we got to talk about our sponsor, Cedar Ridge Whiskey. You've been hearing us talk about it. We teased it for a while. Finally, we announced that we have a hand-selected single barrel of Cedar Ridge Whiskey that has the Confused Breakfast name on it. We hand-selected it. It's an American quintessential single malt that was aged like their normal quintessential single malt is, and then they took it out, and for 1 year, they put it in a rum cask. 118 proof. It's one of the best things you will ever taste, and we are down to like the last couple bottles.
Once you hear this, it might be gone. I'm not sure.
I'm scared like that if you're hearing this, you may not get it. But what we really want is to show how great our fan base is, and we want you guys to have a bottle of this, have 2 bottles of one to drink, one for your shelf. It's incredible. Our sponsor, Cedar Ridge, is incredible. There is a link in the show notes if you want to try to order this, because once it's gone, it's gone. It will never be made again. And we're so proud to have these guys not only sponsor our show, but to have like trusted us to go pick out a barrel of whiskey that we thought tasted good, which turns out we're really good at this.
Yeah.
Turns out.
Really good at picking barrels of whiskey.
We were told by Murphy himself that we're really good at this.
Murphy is the head distiller, and he bought 2 bottles.
Yeah.
Cool. He's like, I couldn't even get them. They like shipped away. He's like, I have to buy them, and it's like my own company. But we really hope you'll check it out. Go to the link in the show notes to order that bottle, or go to cedarridgewhiskey.com just to learn more about them. You can get your own bottle of their bourbon, American Quintessential Single Malt, the Slipknot collaboration.
Fuck yeah, dude. Psychosocial.
Sent right to your house. cedarridgewhiskey.com.
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 So scene 2, Memphis meets Calitri, who has kidnapped Kip. This is so hard to say. Memphis agrees to steal 50 cars within 72 hours, and Kip is released. Memphis visits his mentor, Otto Hollowell, and they assemble a crew of old associates. While trying to convince Sway to join the team, they have a run-in with a rival gang. Kip and his crew volunteer to help with the heist.
When did Kip get taken? Is what I want to know, because like we cut from Will Patton talking to Nick Cage to Giovanni Ribisi being like in the car and like waking up and like the crane coming in and
coming in to get him. Yeah.
or like from
How did that happen?
Yeah. So like it's just these like 2000s movies or these movies that do this anyway, where just like time doesn't really matter. It's just like once someone brings something up on a timeline that doesn't really coincide with what's going to be seen in the next shot, there's like whatever. It's whatever. We'll just do it.
And somebody must have invented like, oh, you know what we can do is we can put these like texts on the screen of these movies, and we'll tell people what this place is. Like, I fucking hate it. It goes salvage and title steel yard. It's like, we don't care.
It doesn't matter.
And we can still figure out that it's like a junkyard of sorts. It has no meaning at all to this movie that you tell me that the exterior shot that I'm looking at.
And why are these guys working so late?
Yeah, exactly.
I understand that there's third shift, but like heavy machinery and like cranes and flames at night.
It's nighttime. Oh, don't worry. We put up floodlights around. So
It's fine.
It's all good.
We do coffee breaks every hour.
Yeah. So it's okay. It's all good.
You never know when Calitri's going to bring someone in that we need to threaten
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
True. You never know, man.
Tonight's the
And
night.
how often are they using this equipment for threatening people? It's like it's just all in the name of just intimidation.
Yep.
And these guys are completely fine with it. Does his whole crew his whole crew just works at the salvage yard? Because
I think they get paid well, and they're just like, dude, like new guy comes on, and they're like this, and every once in a while, you're gonna see fucking Calitri, that British guy. He's gonna bring someone in a really nice Firebird, and they're gonna fucking crush him. Sometimes they crush him to death. Sometimes they let him out, but like just look the other way. That's why this is a good job. You get paid well.
I just got a job at the salvage yard. Oh, really? Like that's exciting for you. How, like
Nice.
what did you get on? What shift did you get? I got on third shift.
ooh, that's
I'll get out eventually. They promised
I'll
me.
be honest with you. That's kind of a dark shift. Oh yeah, because it's late. It's like
No, they threaten people with cranes. They have a specific crane. It's called the killdozer they use for just threatening people.
It's called the Killdozer.
Yeah.
How many dead bodies are in this freaking salvage yard?
No, a lot.
How many people? How often is he making he just has like undoable orders of cars that he needs stolen in literally a week's time, and he's like, oh, what, you can't get it done, then I'm gonna kill you, and then he just moves on.
That's a really good.
It's just like that's
That's a
it.
really good impression.
How he's just rolling through people.
Yeah. Did you think that car compactors were going to be a bigger problem? In
Yes,
life?
I did.
I did too. I thought
knew
at
for
some
a
point-
fact that they would.
At some point, I would accidentally get caught in one.
I knew for a fact, like after watching like Stand By Me,
Yes.
this, I knew I was going to be in junkyards all the freaking time.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Explorers.
oh, now you got to deal with car compactors. Gosh, just scary.
So
shit, guys.
they get out of here and they go back to Kip's house
right.
and they just let Kip go. Just leave. Just leave. They don't. They gave him back.
Yep.
I know they threatened to take his mom and everything, but
Take her.
go.
Well,
This didn't make any sense to me. I'm just like, If he's actually collateral, why not keep him? They just let him go.
Very correct. Yeah, why did they?
And
Why
said,
did they
if you
just
don't
think,
deliver,
well, we're
we're-
going to keep him in this cage?
If you don't deliver, we're going to kill you all. It's like, well, unless you find us first.
They make
It doesn't make any sense on Calitri's end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they make him out to be this like super psycho badass, but like I just don't buy it.
No.
I'm just like I don't buy you being somebody I should be afraid of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, he's kind of a nice guy. Like coffins are really expensive.
They are.
You sure?
And the fact that he's like offering him a free coffin, like it's kind of
You don't know that.
Woodworking is kind of like actually like a relaxing kind of
Yeah.
thing too, is what I hear.
Can you imagine that? He's like, I also made this, my first one. And he opens it. It's like, what if he actually has to use it and then he also sends it with a bill? And he's just like, yeah, you have to pay me for the coffin. Like, I made it. It was really nice. So you have to pay for that. Him walking in there and saying, he's like, where's my brother? And he says, he's like, I work with wood and I do all this stuff. Wood's warm. Steel's cold. It's dead. It's the wood's warm. It's living. It's a thing. And I love doing it. It's like, where's my brother at? He's like, and he says, oh yeah, he came to me. He had all the clout and all this stuff with Memphis Reigns, the famous brother and stuff like that. It's like, where's my brother? What are you talking about? You're just rambling. You're not saying anything at this point.
Then he goes over to the coffin. He's like, yeah.
Huh?
Still not in there either.
Yeah,
not
he's
in there
like,
either.
it's this guessing game. He's like, he goes around the corner, is like to his office. He's like, oh yeah, come on back with me to my office. He's like, is Kip in here? He's like, no. He's like, and now here's the coffin. He's like, he's not in here either. And then he takes him out to the Firebird. He's like, ha! Like a fucking magic trick.
Is it trying to make him look unstable or whatever?
Yeah.
It just doesn't do it.
It doesn't work for me.
No.
And he says, and it's like he's still not answering the question. And he's like, oh well, since you're here, here's this list of cars that I need. That I just don't feel like shopping for. like it's like, no, that's fine. I don't want that. It's about the 10,000. You know, here it is. It's paid. And he's like,
Makes a lot of sense.
It's
to
like,
just be like, oh, thanks for the money.
yeah. He's like, well, I can't deliver these cars. It's like, it's not my fucking problem. like everything that we've done to this point, it's not my problem. Okay, and again, I think it goes back to what you were saying, Shaun. Is like, why does it have to be this way?
I don't know. But I mean, like, it doesn't make sense that it's this way, but everything that they set up does pay off, though.
Yeah.
Like, everything that happens after this, it does make complete sense. I was watching this and I'm like, this is on the verge of being like extremely convoluted, like Bad Boys.
Okay. Yep.
And it never is.
It could
never
have
was
been,
for me.
but it wasn't.
I was clear on like, yeah, they got to get these cars and like this Delroy is the cop, and everything that happened. I'm like, yeah, this makes all the sense in the world. Like, it could have been a Bad Boys thing, and it was in my brain like this could have been on the verge of that.
The continuity continues very well.
Yeah.
And everything does everything does seem to be very poignant. You know, everything has a point to it, to why it has to go in this order. I still don't think, and I get the standoff too, and I think that adds some context to this. Of like, he gives him the three choices while Kip's about to be crushed, and so I do agree with that. As much as I gripe about this, maybe it's just the character itself that I'm like, I wish he was more direct.
Yeah.
And maybe it would feel better. I'd feel better about being scared.
The
of
less
this guy.
he could talk, the better, because
Yeah.
he over enunciates his words like that.
And I think he said like he kept his original accent,
Yeah.
like the actor. I can't remember his name off the top of my head,
I
but
got you.
he kept his original accent because a lot of English people in American
Right.
movies have
Christopher
like a Cockney.
Eccleston.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's on record as being like, I was terrible in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
he has said that.
He's great in everything else, though.
Yeah, he said he
This
did.
he's just like, I don't know if I'm very good at it.
Yeah. I don't know if I actually did very good.
28 days later, he's very good in. I
Yeah.
like him in
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That is a
Doctor
good one.
Who or whatnot.
Yeah.
He was, in yeah.
Well, we got to consult the Jarrett Layoff Confused Breakfast actor database. Do you know what actor in this movie we've done the most? That's been in the most films we've done? It's pretty
I
obvious.
think I know it. Is it Giovanni Ribisi?
No,
It's Nick Cage.
not Giovanni Ribstick. It is
No?
Nick Cage. Nick Cage. This is his fourth movie we've done, but the most interesting. There's two interesting stats here. Vic Manny. This is his third movie he's been in, and if you don't know Vic Manny, kind of a throwaway character. In this movie, he plays one of Fauchet's bodyguards in.
In
Bad Boys. He's a loan shark in Armageddon, and in this, he's I think he's also one of Calitri's bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
If you see his face, you'll know him. But what's really interesting is that he was the actual bodyguard of producer Don Simpson, who had hired him after being threatened by the mafia. It's basically how this dude got into acting. He was a bodyguard for Don Simpson. Don Simpson's like, oh, we'll put you in the movies.
Wow.
So type in Vic Manny and you'll see him.
Is he also in Goodfellas or Casino?
He's in a lot of movies.
I think he's in a lot of stuff.
I think
he's
I know
he's
which
our
in
guy
the
database.
town. I think he's in the town.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And another interesting one, John Carroll Lynch. This is his third movie. I still don't know exactly where he was.
It said that it was the salvage yard
manager of the
something.
impound or
Yeah.
something. And I didn't get a chance to go back and actually see if he was there.
Neither did I.
But yeah, that's his third movie we've done.
Wow. Well,
Love John Carroll Lynch.
Speaking of people you love, Robert Duvall.
Here we go.
Yes.
Why is Robert Duvall the greatest person on earth? Like, I love him so much when he shows up in movies.
Yeah, his presence is just so good. I think he's just believable in everything. Like he's even kind of like this more hip kind of 2000s look of this movie. You know, like the blondish hair. Like if he had hair, he probably would have done that. You know,
Put an earring in or something.
Yeah, I think so. Like Will
Eyebrow
Patton did.
piercing.
Yeah, I think he would have done that.
Eyebrow
I think he's just this kind of guy, this kind of actor where he just fulfills a certain role just perfectly.
And he worked when he found out he had this role. He went and got a job like to shadow a professional car detailer to prepare for the role. It's like, you didn't have to do that, bro. We don't care. It's like, you're going to be a military person. Yeah, it'd be great if you had some military training. We don't know what a professional auto detailer does. So we're not going to know if you know how to do it because you trained with someone. But that's how great he was.
Yeah.
He's like, I got to get into the role.
I want to make sure I at least like look and feel like have. We're not gonna watch you. We're not gonna watch you like shine cars up and like. I don't know. It's very funny.
Well,
but I love him.
This is a scene too where they get the gang together.
So
right?
yeah, the assemble the crew montage.
So they get what's the guy's name who's a student driver?
Donnie.
Donnie.
But
That's his name in the movie.
it's his name in the movie.
Okay, so they get Donnie in his intro scene. Guys, they
No.
could have gotten anybody else. They could have gotten anybody else to be that student,
Yes.
but
and they went negative twice.
Yeah.
They picked an Asian woman.
An Asian woman.
oh man,
and but he even makes the joke.
He
He's
does.
like he says, "Honey, you can't drive." He's like
He's not wrong.
He's like I know I can't swim, so I stay outside the pool. You're just like, all right,
He's
come on.
not wrong, okay? This is serious. He's like, you can't.
oh dude,
I'm not going to give you a license because of, things. Like, you
No.
got to be good.
I love it. He just he's so excited to take that call from Memphis. He's so happy that opportunity came through. I also have to actually, before that being said, right? Donnie's just more than willing to just jump ship at this point and get the hell out of that car with her. But keep in mind, you guys have heard how much money they're doing this for.
It's like, what, 200,000?
$200,000 that they've got a crew of like 10
It's
people.
like 10 people. Yeah.
So everybody's gonna get maybe 20 grand out of this.
We're risking life in
Maybe.
prison for Grand Theft Auto for 20 grand.
For 20 grand. Like, this is not the
grand,
big
man.
payday.
Anna
20
gets to keep the
grand,
ride.
dude. Anna get to keep the ride. Yeah.
Did you, what's the main thing you know Donnie from? Do you recognize him from anything else?
I mean, yeah, a bunch of stuff. I can't think of anything.
Chi McBride's his name. The main thing I know him from is he's Bishop in Waiting. He's like the dishwasher.
Yeah.
It's in the back. I don't know why.
Why did I not even think about that? I
He
never
just
put him
seems
together.
different.
He just looks like a different person.
One of my favorite comedic bits is in that movie where someone starts talking to him and he's like, "Please."
Dude, it's same. 100%.
Well, let's officially add Waiting to the list.
Yes, I know. I love this. I think it blows my mind that they're doing it for this small amount of money. That Kip Raines, like I have to imagine that this conversation between Raymond Calitri and Kip Raines, who's like he's got this little crew that he's running and everything, and what's his name, Atlee, standing there with him too, and he walks in, he's like, oh, the famous brother of the brother of the famous Memphis Raines, and he's like thinking back, he's like, he's probably not going to do this for like less than like $2 million. He's like, I'll give you $200,000. He's like, done. He's like, really? and Atlee's like, no, fuck.
We're gonna need 90 people to do this job.
How did we make this deal? 50 cars. We had 2 weeks to deliver, and you think that $200,000 isn't enough?
Yes.
He's like, well, you got to pay me something up front. He's like, I'll give you $10,000 up front. He's like, done. He's like, yeah.
It's how Nick Cage picks movies now. It's like, we got a movie. It's that whole YouTube bit. Like, we got a movie about, it's a hockey movie, but the ice arena is filled with spaghetti. I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Don't you want to know how much we're going to pay you?
No.
I love spaghetti.
I'll be there tomorrow.
That's it has to be like what happened in this whole scenario, though. It's like I lowballed him. He accepted. Good. Memphis goes in. $200,000. Are you kidding? He's like, that's it? And then now we've got to do it in 72 hours from when this starts.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right, so scene 3, the group begins tracking down the cars, giving each a code name. While scouting the cars, Memphis and Kip narrowly avoid being killed by a rival gang. LAPD detectives start surveillance to try to capture the thieves in the act. Castlebeck even pays them a visit at their garage. Is this the line of the movie when they finally start doing their surveillance and he's like, Roger? Well, that's my name. And he says, like, two Rogers don't make a right, huh? And you're like, what? Did you just make that up on the spot?
Two Rogers don't make a right, huh? Roger, I have a problem.
It's so good.
Saturday night is the loneliest night for me.
Dude, his face, like, when he's doing this character, when he's doing Memphis Reigns as this character, is so fucking funny.
Sometimes my complaint about
funny.
Nick Cage, especially in this movie and the next movie, is that we did The Rock, and I fucking love the dynamics of that character.
Mm-hmm.
Memphis Reigns is just kind of boring, and then you even get to Con Air, which we're going to do next week, and you're sort of like, you're sort of boring, but like when he does this kind of stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's my Nick Cage, the crazy Nick Cage, and I know you're on that, right?
Oh, I mean, I love everything about it. Like that. There's that, and then I do also love just like I'm the action star in Nick Cage too. Like I love everything that he does. Yeah, we'll talk about more on Patreon. But
was there more like were there more people maybe like auditioned or thought of for this role of Memphis Reigns? Other than
I think that he was the first choice, and I think they like wrote it for him and Jolie in mind.
Really,
is what I read. Yeah.
Oh, and it's not that I think it's bad. I think it's very tough for me to think about it, but for anybody else in the role. But at the same time, I feel like lots of other people could have played this role.
It's true, and Nick Cage liked this role though. Like he was like excited to do it, and I think he was big at the time for sure. Like so much so that he did most of his own stunts a lot.
He did a lot of his own driving.
Yeah, he went to driving school for this movie and like really got into it. And like a lot of the scenes where he's like doing like 180s or 360s in the car, turnarounds and shit, or just like going like edging a corner or whatever is him. And I got to give it to the movie and the director to be like, we wanted our actors to be seen in the driver's seat while we're filming this movie, and that's really fucking important to me, especially if you're shooting like a quote unquote dumb car movie like this. Like, you know, it's like Top Gun Maverick. You want to see those fucking actors in the cockpit. It makes it extremely more real. Yeah,
you're absolutely right, man.
Yeah, and I like seeing him. I do buy it for he's done. You know, he's retired. He's coming back. They pull me back into the game, right?
Yeah, it's that whole bit. Yeah.
And I believe him when he is driving that car, and he's very serious. Every time he's doing something car related, he's very focused. And so I feel like that's how you've got to be in a scenario like that if you're going to be stealing cars and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, speaking of Angelina Jolie, her introduction is just like drinking out of a gasoline can.
Yeah.
Oh, you know she's edgy.
She's so tough.
She's
if you
so
didn't know
edgy.
by the dreadlocks, you know now.
I'm a gearhead and a bartender.
I also have these blue contacts.
They don't work at all.
Not at all.
Like her look.
Do you think it was
so bad.
Do you think it's the remastering of it?
I don't know. Maybe you might
That
be
could
right.
be.
But the first time she was on screen, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know, when younger me was like, wow.
Ah, take a shower.
Right. That was sort of what I was thinking, man.
No, I get it because, and by the way, I'm very conflicted at least about her character too.
Yeah.
and I'll get to it a little bit later. But her like coming out from underneath the car and saying, and then she takes that drink. It's like, what time is it? Oh, I'm late for work. It's like, you're at work. It's like, I realize I gotta work twice as hard if I'm gonna live a straight life, that kind of thing. And it's like, no, you could just, reduce your means, live live within your means, and downsize a little, sell some stuff on Marketplace, whatever you got to
build up
right?
from there.
Yeah. She just feels forced in this movie. Like, it feels
Really
like they
does.
literally, because Bone Collector and Girl Interrupted had just come out, and then Lara Croft Tomb Raider was going to be the following year. So like, it just felt like they were like, she's a star, get her in your movie.
Yeah.
Because there's been multiple movies where, Shaun, you in particular have been like, I hate how this character disappears. Her character's there, and then she's gone for like 30 minutes, and then she's there, and then she's gone.
It doesn't change a thing.
Nothing. Her being in this movie means nothing.
Yeah.
Other than like, oh, there she is.
Is it the laziest re-entry to have her drive up on a motorcycle?
Yes.
That's
And
not
then-
her.
That's not her.
Clearly not her.
And then like this, it might be as bad as Wet Hot American Summer. And then she pulls out the helmet.
oh,
I'm
hey,
here
man,
for
how you
Kip.
doing?
No questions.
How did
And
she
it's
know
like,
they were
okay,
there?
Yeah, exactly.
How did she know they were there?
Memphis left her on the email chain, like the group.
Instant message, AOL, Instant Messenger. He left it as his away message.
Yeah. Away.
Sway, if you're reading this, you know where we are.
You know where we are.
I don't. I didn't.
Meet us at the spot. It's like drives up, shakes out hair. I'm here for Kip. No questions. Okay, let's all move on.
she literally is there to like be the sex object of the male gaze or women gaze, whatever you like. Gay, not gays. You know what I meant. Jesus Christ. You fuckers.
I never even took
You're
it there.
laughing. You're
And
laughing.
I was like, no, yeah, it could be a guy, a girl, whoever, whatever they're into. And then you're like gays. I'm like, stop saying it. Like, stop changing the spelling in your head. Like,
I'm not. You guys were
what are you
laughing, and I'm
doing?
like, it's getting
I didn't even laugh.
G-A-Z-E.
I just don't ever use the word gaze. now this is coming out wrong now. Anyway, let's move on.
the male gaze. Why are you saying it like that? What are you saying?
You know what I'm saying.
I know.
I did it. I had
We
to go-
knew. You would. Go on.
You're not. You know. No, you're not.
You not do it even.
No, she's in here just for like sex appeal. We'll say that. We'll say that.
Why did you say that earlier?
She's there.
Get your
for
fucking mind out of
dudes.
the gutter,
She's there
dickhead.
for dudes to look at.
There you go. And and some good girls
God
too.
dang it.
And
Thank God this was
But
2000.
then she's there for that and to like say hello ladies to cars or
Yeah.
like I love the redheads, like shit like that, and
Yeah.
that's all she's there for, and it's all like just filler. It's just like
Yeah.
and that's it.
I do love, again, my favorite kind of Nick Cage is when he's acting, like in the when they're getting chased into the diner, and he goes, "Big rig wrecker." That's cool.
yeah, he said, excuse me, sir, is that your truck out there? The Big Rig Wrecker. Big Rig Wrecker. That's mine.
That's
It's like
mine.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I like that.
So how do I learn? How do I start?
Gotta go to
You
trucker
gotta go to
school.
truck driving school. Well, yeah, I gotta do, but
I love it so much.
It's
that is my Nick Cage. That type of character.
I love that
Yes.
too. And my question is for his character, do you think he was doing that to stall him or drive him out of the diner?
No, he was
I
stalling.
think he was trying
I
to
think he was
stall
stalling,
him
Yes.
rather than keep him there.
He knew he would eventually leave.
Rather than because it's like Kip and him have been around cars enough. They've seen a tow truck. He's like, Kip should be able to link that up in like 45 seconds. I got to get this guy out of here to quit flirting with the waitress. So that's what I kind of thought he was
Okay.
doing. It's like, can I get you like a jelly donut or something? Or like
Just trying to weird him out.
Yeah, trying to creep him out a little bit. He's like, no, I got to go.
No,
Like,
I've had my fill, I think, at Jelly Donuts.
That's cool.
Well, also, Master P is not going in there because there's a cop car right there,
Yes.
and there's cops in there. They didn't get a call on the radio that there was multiple shots fired, not even a mile down the road.
Nope. People running through backyards. Nothing.
Didn't get the
Dogs
call.
barking.
Nothing.
Yeah, somebody came through and literally killed like 4 of my chickens.
Well, we'll get to it. We got a bunch of guys on break right now. We'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
I think this was a tribute to American Graffiti here. I don't know this for a fact, but the whole axle coming off the car, it happens in American Graffiti as well.
Yeah.
It's part of a like to get away from some people. They're getting away from cops in American Graffiti, but in this, they're getting away from the crew. I'd like to think that whoever wrote this is clearly a car guy. American Graffiti was kind of a car movie, so I'd like to think that was a little tribute.
Right on.
I think it's I haven't seen American Graffiti in too long. I don't. It doesn't matter. I was thinking about this, and he says, "Why are people shooting at us? Because I blew up their car." And then you just expect to hear, "Oh, that makes sense," because it totally does. Like they blew up their car, and now they're pissed. So why don't they get to take some revenge?
Well, I want to say in an earlier scene too with Master P when he comes up on to Memphis Reigns. Then he starts getting beat up on and shit, and then Vinnie Jones is like saves the day. And I want a TikTok or something just cut to Adam Sandler being like, "Man, am I glad I called that
guy." Unfortunately, I don't think we can make that because there's flames.
yeah.
TikTok will be like, "Uh-oh, you can't look. That's dangerous.
That flames
Fire.
means violence."
Here's a 13-year-old girl. Actually, flames.
You can't even show Vinnie Jones on video at all on TikTok.
Dangerous activity.
He is a lethal weapon, but himself.
Jesus.
When they're waiting inside there, and and it goes back to what's his name, Johnny B.
Master P, Johnny B.
He says, "Y'all ready to play a little pin the tail on the donkey? You guys all ready to play a little hopscotch? Guys, we're gonna play some tic-tac-toe. Let's go."
What are we doing?
It's like, what is he talking about?
Are we gonna kill these people?
Are we
or
going
not?
to a kid's birthday party, or is this a kid's birthday today?
We have guns, Master P.
We're going to my kid's birthday party after this. After we kill these guys.
Sweet. All
What the
right.
hell is going on?
I do want to go on record as saying the dumbest scene of this movie is the lowrider scene.
Donnie, lowrider.
Lowrider Donnie.
Lowrider Donnie.
This is the most unnecessary thing I've ever seen in my life. To just be like, no, this is what we do. Like, we listen to Lowrider and we close our eyes and we wait for him to do this with his hands and then we go. And that's what we always do. It's how we do it.
Okay, let's ride. Like the younger guys, I think the younger guys are like, they have that same thought.
Yes.
They're like, this doesn't make any sense. So this was, if this crew that that Memphis pulled together, that was 10 years ago. Is that technically 10 years ago? I want to say, well I kind of care because it makes me wonder about like the timeline of like because they talk about how Kip was so young, little Kip.
Yeah.
And when did he leave? It was like 10 years ago he left, so 1990, and they're still listening to Lowrider. And then like why is it that it has to be Lowrider? The younger guys are looking around, they're like, what the fuck is going on? And then they see Angelina Jolie and they're like, oh no, I guess this is kind of cool. We can listen to this. This is fine.
She seems to like it.
I guess she's into this. Like, it's a pointless scene.
But we get, is that the most Nicolas Cage thing?
Like, it's the trailer moment. You know, it's every time this like, and coming up next, Gone in 60 Seconds. It's gonna be that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let's ride.
Yeah.
But the reason I ask about that is because like these old tactics that they keep going back to, we call them girls, we call them Julia, we call them Shanice, we call them Kowalski tires. Like we call them all this, and it's like
Maud.
How the cops who have been studying car thieves don't know these names too.
Sure.
Yeah, because are we assuming that clearly whatever that name was for that specific year in cars stays that name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Eleanor.
Because even the detective knows that it's Eleanor.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's Eleanor. Right? We know a lot about that.
Yeah. So it's like all these tactics and stuff. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like 10 years, 15 years
don't
later.
You wonder? Couldn't they have just? I like to think of the older I get. I'm like, let's think of a better way. Let's think of a solution. Don't you think Nick Cage's character could have been like they could have left the impound yard and gone straight to Castleback and said, Castleback, here's the deal. Here's why I'm back in town. This guy named Calitri, we can hand you to him directly. He wants us to steal 50 cars. You help us do that, and then we will like deliver the cars, and then you guys will know where it is, and you can make the bust, and we'll tell you where everything is.
If you jaywalk once, you're back in jail. Just so you know, Cage.
Isn't that the moment when he can just do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't that seem like a reasonable solution to this? They haven't done anything wrong yet. They're like, we haven't done anything wrong.
Well, they haven't, but they've stolen other cars, like Kip's crew has.
Yeah, you could have proven that.
Calitri seems like a
That's
bigger
true.
get. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do the horse trading, and you say, we'll give you the bigger fish.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I don't know.
We did this because of this.
And if they
He's
do
the
get a
big
little
fish.
bit of jail time, it's better than Kip being dead.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But if they would have, if they would have arrested him then and there, if there was something they had him on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
all right, so scene 4, the crew sets their heist in motion, stealing the various cars and delivering them to Atlee on the docks. Various issues arrive, including finding out that the cops have them under surveillance, a crew member who is shot, and dog eating their keys. Memphis and Sway rekindle their past romance while stealing a Lamborghini Diablo. Castlebeck knows Memphis will try to steal a Shelby GT500, which he does right as the detectives arrive. This leads to a major chase where Memphis eventually evades them.
I do like the various split up characters, group of characters like Vinnie Jones with what's his name in the movie?
Mirror Man.
Mirror Man. Thank you. I think one of the best lines in the movie. I think probably the best line in the movie is, "I'm gonna smoke a joint, watch Marathon of Roots, and I'm gonna kick your ass."
Kick your ass.
Fucking
a
love
marathon
that.
of roots. I like that. Vinnie Jones as Sphinx, though, like, was there a bigger badass at this point in time?
I don't think so. You got Snatch, Lock, Stock, Two
Lock,
Smoking
Stock was
Barrels.
98, Gone in 67, Sexons,
Yeah.
Snatch, and then Swordfish, too.
Yeah,
like
true.
and he's always just the badass dude.
Yeah.
He intimidates the fuck out of me.
I love his accent as well. I mean, I know he doesn't really show it until the end in this movie, but it's so like there's some like his English accent. There's comparing him to Calitri. Like that should have been the
should
bad
have been
guy.
switched.
Yes.
Vinnie Jones should have been the bad guy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on.
That would have been amazing. And to believe that Vinnie Jones is like a woodworker would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, true.
Not that dude. Vinnie Jones.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Vinnie Jones made a coffin. I believe that.
yeah, I would believe that, and I'd be terrified that he's going to put me in it because
Yeah.
I believe he could.
Boom.
Ugh.
So again, another completely, this is where this movie doesn't fully do it for me. There's just so many unnecessary things, like the dog eating the keys. It's just so fucking unnecessary. Like, why do we have to do this?
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of stuff that, I mean, even the kid getting shot, showing how incompetent the younger generation is, I'm okay with that. But just like the keys especially is just a weird thing to me.
Well, think about this. So the Mercedes, they find out the Mercedes are dirty at midnight because they say that there's 8 hours left. 8 hours left. And that's when they kind of reconvene. They're like, the Mercedes are dirty. Like, what's going on here? And then they talk about it. So that's midnight. Then they say, well, we still got the keys from last boost. And then they go to the car impound, right? They go to the police impound. So they have 24-hour workers at the police impound, apparently. And then you have, then shortly after that, we find out that there's like 3 hours left, meaning that party at the house where he gets shot out was happening at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. and they're still partying and having a good time. That's the timeline of this shit.
Makes complete sense.
It's just mind-boggling.
I didn't even think about
I
that.
didn't either.
Like when they're out walking the dog trying to get him to shit, like that's like 3 a.m.
Yes. Well, and Shaun, you talked about it earlier. You talked about like some of these cars are unbelievably exotic, beautiful machines that make sense that they're trying to steal this. But then you've got a couple of these cars that, looking back on this, you're like, what the fuck is that car doing?
Yeah.
A GMC Yukon, a Lincoln Navigator, a Volvo wagon.
Yeah.
You're like, what were things just different?
You
like,
know, sometimes you just want comfortability. Sometimes you want economy. You know, sometimes you gotta
maybe
haul some
SUVs
stuff.
weren't like a big.
Maybe
like
Calitri's getting some shit for his family. You know,
Yeah, he's
weird.
just grocery shopping like with this list
Yeah.
for cars.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, they're going. They have to like go to all these millionaire spots to steal cars, but then they go to just some house in the
The
suburbs
suburbs.
where the teenagers are home partying. And
also, the cops are just parked in a driveway.
Yes.
Like,
you can't do
like,
that.
I just imagine like, oh, that was a great night. I love that restaurant, honey. We need to go there some more often. It's like, who the fuck is in our driveway?
What the hell is going
Hey,
on?
can you guys move? We're on a
Shut the fuck
we're on a
up.
stakeout.
You can't tell because of these bright lights inside of our van.
Get the fuck out of my driveway.
And then they're compromised there because someone else parks in their own driveway. And like,
Yes.
we're gonna park in another driveway.
My God.
He's like, oh, don't park in front of me. Don't park in your driveway. Come on.
Don't park in your driveway.
Come on, don't park in your drive. Dang it. Okay, well, I didn't plan for that. Really? You didn't. Okay.
Do you think, question for you, do you think that Angelina Jolie and Nick Cage's chemistry is one of the worst of all time?
No, I think Nick Cage makes it work. I don't know.
Nick Cage makes it work.
I just don't think it. It's not that it doesn't work. It just doesn't need to be here at all. And I get like it's kind of exciting, like you're watching somebody else have sex, and it gets you excited, and you're also stealing cars.
Talk about cars.
That's pretty fucking badass. But
This moment drives me nuts, dude.
It does.
It just drives me nuts.
because like she says something. Sorry, go ahead. I gotta find one.
Well, I'm gonna say this, okay? So, you know what, guys? Just got guys being dudes, right? And then you got this girl who's gonna dredge up the past. So you seeing anybody? No, I had a girl, and I was just trying to be nice, and she was awesome. Well, why'd you leave her?
Well, it's like, yeah.
And it's like goes and gets into the car.
She doesn't even want any of this exposition.
No.
And she said, but then it's like, I had a girl. Why'd you leave her? And it's like, I wanted you to come with me. Well, I wasn't ready to get out yet, but then I got out. And it was, and it's like, well, why weren't you ready to get? She's like, I just found out it wasn't the same without you. So then why didn't you come? Why didn't you just come and hang out at the little garage? We'd hang out with kids.
No.
And the go-kart track.
But AJ, she's only here for Kip.
No questions. Well, then you stop asking me questions if I'm seeing anybody. What the hell?
I don't buy it. There's no world that tells me that those two ever dated.
Look, all you need
and had any physical romance contact ever.
all you need is for her to jump over the seat and grab that shifter, and that will
That's the shot.
change 12-year-olds into 13-year-olds
got a movie.
early.
What?
Oh, that's why I get uncomfortable.
Oh man. Oh wow.
Oh man.
Ouch.
Hey, will you get the fuck off of me? We're trying to look inconspicuous here.
Oh, no.
So what about so we finally get some like fucking action here.
Yeah.
We're car chasing here. He's got his car. Is it a requirement that if you are filming a car chase in LA, you have to be in the LA Canal?
Oh, I think so.
Is that it's like a part of the film? Like, oh, you've signed up for a movie. You're going to pay your taxes. Let's see. It looks like you have a car chase scene. Well, you got to go in the canal.
You've got a car chase scene? Okay, who is it? James Cameron? No. Is it Don Simpson? Oh, no. Sorry. Jerry Bruckheimer. Yeah, we'll get him booked. That's fine.
Do you want that same section?
Action movie? Gotcha.
Yeah, you want like the Terminator section? Oh, yeah. We
Terminator?
We called the weather that's not going to rain. We made sure it's not going to rain that day, so you can totally be in there.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we'll lock it off for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the money, Jerry.
Hit the button that says "Go Baby Go" so you can go super fast.
That's all you need to know about cars.
He's gone.
Well, I just like. Well, before that, he's like requesting air units, and it's there immediately. It's like,
I don't know if
requesting air units.
they've been waiting. Okay, we're in. But I don't know if you know. I know a lot about helicopters, right? And there's an interesting fact about helicopters is they have to follow a road. Like they can't fly elsewhere. So when that car starts going fast and starts to go around a right turn, the helicopter still has to follow the exact trail of the car. It can't just go, well, I'm just going to go up higher and go to the right.
We can't fit in an alley.
No.
And bridges are their kryptonite.
Yes.
Bridge. Oh,
well, we got to go under it too. He's gone.
He's gone. Really? You can't fly that fast?
130, 140. Stay with him, everyone. 150. He's gone.
He's gone.
It's like The Simpsons.
You're in a helicopter.
Oh, this really.
Oh,
is.
we have our button of our own. Shit.
Oh, it turns out we can fly like 300 miles an hour and go anywhere. This really is, though. We talked about it in an episode recently about how like video game adaptations, movies, Super Mario Brothers probably. This is Grand Theft Auto.
It's pretty tight. Yeah, I mean, it made me want to play Grand Theft Auto after watching it for sure. Yeah.
It feels like that, doesn't like this whole thing becomes. We get to the bridge, and the fucking how many times after playing Grand Theft Auto would you see a flatbed trailer like that? Where you're like, well, I should ramp that.
Yeah,
I mean that's definitely there for me to ramp.
And
that's there for me to do it.
Yeah,
there's got to be a mission, and somebody help me out if you know. There's got to be a mission in one of those games where we have to steal a bunch of cars within like a certain time.
No,
Oh,
probably
yeah.
There has to be.
It has to be.
yeah, that would make a lot of sense. If it didn't, that was a missed opportunity on their part. So
It's just pretty. It's pretty good. Like I do like this car chase. I like this better than the Rock's car chase
this is a great car chase.
because you can actually see what's going on.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like this is I think this is one of the best car chase scenes like that I can think of, that I can remember of the past 20, 30 years, that you're just like, this is amazing. It's better than Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some longer shots. They are actually driving their cars. Who's Detective Castlebeck? He actually wrecked that BMW.
Yeah, that's right.
He really did. And like some of the lines that come through in this, where he's like, it's just like, "Are you okay? Are you sure? Because you just went through a wall."
Love that as a kid.
Okay, and that was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. It is hectic. It's those canisters exploding and just flying all over the place.
The wrecking ball.
was
was cool as fuck.
Oh, dude.
We watch this for our little movie night that we do every Friday, and because we're doing Man Cage right now.
Nice.
We watch this, and when he's kind of evades them a little bit at 1st, he's like in that kind of like small row where there's no one really around. He backs up and it hits the mirror, and then everyone that I was around were like, ah. Because like that's also tension too.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to mess this fucking car up.
Right.
You know, like
It is like Grand Theft Auto where you steal that car
Exactly.
and you cannot crash it.
Exactly.
It's fucking awesome.
They
You're right, man.
They had they made like 11 replicas, I
Oh my
think, for
God.
this. And I think Nick Cage and Jerry Bruckheimer, I think, both walked away with one.
Right.
Bruckheimer might have the OG, actually, but I don't know.
But didn't Nick Cage's got stolen or something?
Oh, I don't know that.
And they found it in the bottom of a lake or something like that.
my God.
He
with
had
the,
some
with
car.
the driver in it.
Oh, that's right. He had a
Some
car.
car from this movie he had, and somebody stole it. It's like a convertible.
Yeah, and then the only car that like actually was a Shelby GT 500 was the one at the end.
Yes,
but
you're
all
not
these,
you're not crashing those.
No. They replaced parts on it. Maybe we'll talk about it right in our 5th scene or whatever. But all these cars, I mean, just getting destroyed. And then you think about it, he messed up this car, and he's got to explain this to Calitri.
Yeah.
So yeah, big
Yeah.
yikes. Big yikes.
Well, let's finish this off. So, scene 5, Memphis arrives late to Calitri's junkyard, and Calitri refuses to accept the damaged car. Kip and Atlee use the junkyard crane to knock out the henchman. Memphis saves Castlebeck from being shot by Calitri. A grateful Castlebeck lets Memphis go free, and Memphis tells him where to find the container ship full of stolen cars. The crew celebrates, and Memphis is gifted a car.
Let's do props.
Okay, you want to go props?
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a prop.
I want whatever the fuck that wooden thing that he made that he was like, no, don't. No, please don't. Like he was threatening him with it.
It looks like a kid's stool or something.
Yeah,
like a
I'm like, I
desk.
don't know what it is, but I want it. Yeah, why not? And
Fuck yeah. We don't know what it is, but we want it.
And at the same time, is Calitri the most punchable face?
Hit it! If we were on a train to go punch a face, I'm on board.
That's what I'm talking about.
I think you're right, and it was not confirmed to me until we get to the end here when he says that it never rains but it pours.
It never rains. It pours.
I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I was like hitting the button while I was watching the movie, like punch him.
We live in Iowa. Sometimes it sprinkles and it's whatever.
It does,
It's
and
definitely
then
not
it
pouring.
clears up.
Yeah.
Well, and you know what usually follows the word pouring is rain. So pouring's an adjective for rain. So it does rain.
One rains is as good as another. It's like, and he's like, it was like an afterthought for him because he's like, it's like that was what he wanted to go out on, but then he's like, oh, I said the word rain. He's like, one rains is as good as another. It never rains, it pours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. I like
I
that.
got it. I think I got it.
It's like, sorry, English people. It's like his teeth are trying to escape. Every time he's trying to talk, he's just like, one right, let's go. It's another.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
His teeth are trying to escape.
I did have another entry for most punchable face,
Okay.
and so it was while they blow up the car, when Vinny blows up the car, and it's very specifically Johnny B's henchman.
Okay.
Most specifically, the guy who's like,
That's a good one.
he just walks up, and they've all got their damn jackets on, their leather jackets.
Red jackets and shit.
That's a really good entry.
That guy needs to be punched.
That's
I like that.
That's a great entry.
Oh man,
You gotta go prop too.
I gotta go prop. Oh no, Daddy. No, I want his keys. I want the keys at the end. Keys.
Yeah.
Keys are good.
Keys are good.
Keys are good.
I think I'm gonna make a conscious decision for my life to try to go back to 2000 and like live a little bit in the past, the simpler times. So they inspired me. I want black lights in my room again.
Black.
Okay.
I like, you know, everybody had black lights. You bought them from
want
Spencer
black lights.
Gifts.
Yeah.
And you had them in your room. You're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And like, so they were holding those little lamps. Like, I kind of want to just walk around to people's houses with them, like in the dark, and just look for weird stains.
I don't think you want to do
I
that.
do. No, I do.
Oh, I really want to geek myself out on this. Ugh.
That or the car grill, like the grill at the end with the hood of the car. That's pretty dope.
That's so good.
I want that in my backyard. But I'm
Yes.
going black. I'd prefer a black light. So if you
All right, then I want the grill.
okay, fine.
Okay.
Can we share can the girl be here?
It
Yeah,
can be
the girl's
here.
a
It'll
group
be right
thing.
over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And this whole thing makes no sense to me. Like, why does he not let, even though he's late? Why is this a thing? Is this again trying to prove how just like crazy psycho this guy is? Because it doesn't work for me.
It's like
It's like just take the fucking car, dude.
you better be on time, or else it's like 4 minutes later, like whatever time
Still
he is.
49 cars, bro. I think your people are going to be happy about this.
I said 50 cars, not 49 and a half.
You
Here's-
need a Band-Aid for your mouth? What's going on, dude?
Here's actually a fucked up thing. I found a video. It's on YouTube by a guy named Graham Barajo, and it's titled 8 Mistakes and Details in Gone in 67's Only Car Enthusiast Would Notice. Amazing video. Like, he went to a lot of work to put this together, and a lot of it's stuff that I didn't recognize. But if you are a car person, go watch it. But the craziest fact of it was that there's actually 51 cars. Because there's like at 4 different times that, you know, there's a chalkboard, and then there's actual list, and then there's another board where they're checking things off. There's like one car that's on that list that's not on those 2 lists, and then there's another car that's on that's not on those.
Wow.
So there's actually 51 cars that were mentioned and talked about in this heist.
Huh.
They just kind of fucked it up, like the continuity of it.
Wow.
Really?
And the video is incredible. It's a very deep dive. If you like this movie and you like cars, it's a cool video.
I'd
Right
love
on.
to watch that.
Yeah.
It's so solid. I like at the end you have this car and they resolve this very well. I think that when you have that kind of reversal of roles for your characters, I think it's a great way to end a movie. You know, now it's Kip has saved Memphis, rather than Memphis saving him in the beginning.
Yep.
They're back and happy again. Family's back and happy again, that kind of stuff. I'm good with that stuff. Atlee's helping out. He didn't turn. He could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like it cleans up really nicely, though. Like,
it's
everything's
too
like-
nice.
Everything's just like, wow.
It's a little too nice, and like one thing that I really hate, like we're talking about their Angelina Jolie and Nicolas Cage's thing in this whole movie, and they're just like as we cut back from the awesome grill that's going to be here, we cut to like the group of them, and they're just making out at the table, and it's like why, like that's gross.
Oh, PDA.
It really like it does. There's no okay, so they are back together. Like it's just reassurance for the audience. It's like no, I don't give a fuck about them at all.
You don't care
no
about their
one does.
chemistry.
No.
Yeah.
No one cares about
Okay.
it. And if this movie, which I will go on record saying that this movie inspired Fast and the Furious, there are so many things in this that you're like, oh, Fast and the Furious took that.
But
if there
Gone in
was
60 Seconds and Point Break.
yes,
Yeah.
but if there's anything in particular that you can go, oh, they totally took that scene and used it in Fast and Furious, it's the everyone sitting at a table outside of a
100%.
house.
Yeah.
This is Fast and the Furious. This is family dinner, drinking Coronas with all your car heist buddies.
Family.
Like, this is the family. Same thing.
Family.
But it's also kind of like, think about it too. It's also kind of Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Yes, it very much
because
is.
he gets his team together, and even Chai
yeah.
McBride, right? I think
I believe so. Yeah.
I think he's in Ocean's 11, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But I mean, obviously it was a remake of that as well. But I think it's also that where like Fast and the Furious and this were probably inspired by Ocean's 11. That kind of like, the main guy, we're getting the group back together to do this to do this heist.
And we did it, and we love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, and the last thing I did write down though, I thought that was actually a really great point that Sphinx talks at the end, right? And he's very, it's the trope of like, he hasn't talked the whole movie, but he's very smart and he has this long thing. It never crossed my mind that they're like, I thought you're from Long Beach. Like, they've never heard him talk. We know he has a British accent, but they don't know that character has a British accent. Like, I thought that was kind of an interesting little joke.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that joke. And I wish I could remember exactly what he says because it seems very insightful, but then at the same time, it's lost on all of us because it's like, I'm just too shocked that you've spoken. Yeah, that's just really what it comes down to.
I'm not a fan of this like ending either, where he gets in the car. Yeah, you want to ride? Yeah, I sure do.
Hell yeah,
yes, I do.
We're in love.
I am the edgy bitch in this movie.
Wow.
But then it goes dark, and you hear.
Oh, don't do this.
It's like, oh, not again, Eleanor. It's like,
damn. And that car, that's the only genuine GT 500. That's the only real one. And they actually did that by they junked it by pulling off parts of this, like this very authentic. That was a nice car, and then they put on crappy parts to it.
I got you.
And like the owner of that car was like, if this does not come back in the exact same condition, like it's gonna cost you a lot of money.
I'll fuck you up, Jared Brockheimer.
So,
well, you guys got anything else?
That's it.
You take 80 from 200, you make a
deal. We have broken this down with a modern eye. It's time to give it modern day ratings. AJ, we're gonna start with you. What'd you think about this with a modern day eye, and what's your rating?
There's a point where I just surrender to this movie. I think it's very easy for this movie to just disarm me because for everything that it is, for the most part, the character of Memphis Reigns and being played by Nicolas Cage seems like this normal guy, and I love that aspect of this movie, even though there's a lot of just crazy things happening around him. A guy who got out of a life and that he needed to walk away from, and then he comes right back into it. And I don't know. I still really enjoy watching this movie a lot. Do I buy into it like I used to? No, I don't. But that being said, I really enjoy the casting. I like the characters. I like the way that they're played. And it's just a damn good time. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7.9.
7.9 for the age. Shaun, what about you, man?
Yeah, I think I wanted to talk about that tank thing too, the like the propane or whatever, the huge tank that's like flying everywhere. That was really fucking badass, and we didn't really get to talk about that. It was just they pulled that around on wires and added the the mist in post. All like the stunts and everything were practical. I love that about it. I love seeing the actors in the cars doing these stunts and pulling this off. The story, like I said in the episode, is pretty cohesive. Like it could have totally gone off the rails and be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, and that makes this bad. And I think if it would have done that, I don't think I would like it as much. But yeah, I agree with AJ. It kind of you get enwrapped in it, and I like being in this world. I like Nick Cage in this. I like all the character actors, the 2000s actors in this a lot. 25% is horrendous. This movie is so much better than that, and it's not even that great of a movie, but it doesn't deserve that at all. I think I'm going to give this a 7.4.
7.4 for Shaun. This one's tough for me because it's definitely not my favorite Cage. I just something about the 2000s movies every once in a while, like the music sometimes just gripes at me a little bit. The shots, the edginess. Oh yeah, we're so edgy and cool, all the characters, and something about that drives me down. And I'm not a car guy, so this doesn't fucking give me a boner. Like, Shelby GT500.
The GT500.
Yeah.
The GT500.
It doesn't do that. The storyline's kind of like let's get it straight. I love the action. I think the action's incredible in this. The story's just kind of like the. So for some reason, this one just kind of struck me a little wrong. I'm gonna give it actually like a 5.5 to tell you the truth. It's not. Something about it just doesn't do it for me. Maybe it's just whatever. But I can't rate it higher than Fast and the Furious. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I actually feel like I can't rate this. Yeah, I can't rate it higher than Fast and the Furious. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. That's fair.
And we do have David Gould, executive producer. He says Toretto may have family, but even still to this day, I think I would still rather have a cookout with Memphis and his crew. Some movies you watch to think, some to make you laugh, and others to cry, but this movie is pure popcorn, and I love it. The editing is concise. Nicolas Cage shows off his full range from serious to chaotic, and the balance of action, comedy, and one-liners still makes for a good time that I can shut my brain off and suspend the logic that nobody goes to prison. After all these years, I still love this film. I don't care that it looks like a mop on top of Angelina Jolie's head or that Joe Pena was extremely typecast. Call it hometown pride, call it foolishness, call it pure nostalgia, but my modern day rating is an 8.67.
Damn.
Also, did AJ do his Dazed and Confused monologue? If not, it would have been a lot cooler if he did.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, missed it there. So luckily, you guys did bring my score up. So we are a 7.37, which is going to take us on the list of all the movies we've done. 7.37 is kind of middle of the pack, a little above middle of the pack. That is going to be just above Clue, just below Armageddon.
Wow.
Is how we feel
This
about
didn't go above
Armageddon has a higher score than Gone, and I, for some reason, I'm fine with that. Like personally,
I'm a little
conflicted.
disappointed that it's higher than Clue, but it's a different movie.
I'm conflicted
It's a
about
completely
Armageddon.
different movie.
Well, that is what it is.
So that was it, guys. If you disagree, you should go check out our ratings. You should see what else you disagree with, because if you disagree with this, probably going to disagree with some other stuff. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Thanks for being here. Tune in next week as we say a sad goodbye to May have Band Caged with Con Air.
Yes.
But
Hell
before
yes.
that, you're going to get a special bonus episode. We are reviewing Burt Kreischer's new movie, The Machine. We're going to see it Thursday night. You're going to have your review ready to roll on Friday morning there for you. And then we got a Patreon vote coming up. Starship Troopers
It took it, huh?
is going to start June off. So if you are new to the podcast, go back this time last year. Predator
Hell yeah.
was a
Great
fun
Check it out.
episode.
Great
Fun
episode.
episode. And don't forget, we do have a voicemail. Call us at 319-804-9596.
96.
Leave us some feedback like today's caller.
This is Jerry from Austin, Texas. First off, AJ, fuck you for not liking Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I love that movie, but, opinions are opinions. But I just want to say that I listened to the Armageddon episode, loved it. It was great. It is weird to hear Steven Tyler sing a song about, Liv Tyler getting banged by Ben Affleck. But that's neither here nor there. But I just want to mention that there's a movie that I think you guys should definitely review. I'm pretty sure you're going to review it. True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hell yes.
I'm watching it right now, and I think it's fucking great film. Tom Arnold's funny in this movie. There's a nice blend of comedy and action. Just having the two hottest ladies, Tia Carrera and Jamie Lee Curtis, just in the movie was like, oh my God, during my teenage years. So, but I know you guys are going to review it, but I just want to say, like, guys are awesome, jumped in with the movie Big. The line alone of Mike saying Tom Hanks is an excellent rapist, and Shaun just saying, no, I think that's Stephanie. That got me in, so I just want to say thank you and just love you guys. Keep doing the great work you do in podcast world, and I'll keep listening. All right, later, guys. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Jerry. Yeah, True Lies. Thanks for popping that back into our brains. That needs
I
to
think
be
it was
done.
up for a Patreon vote, and I don't think it won.
Wow,
I
okay.
believe. But I mean, we will.
We will.
We will.
We will
Cover
get to it.
All right. Well, hey, Jerry, fuck you very much, too. Thank you guys all very much for listening. Thanks for calling in, man. Seriously.
No, seriously.
No, seriously. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. Make sure you're checking us out on all those social media outlets at Confused Breakfast. Just search for Confused Breakfast anywhere, right? Make sure you're looking us up on YouTube because we're doing all sorts of fun things here in person. Yeah. And by all means, leave us a 5-star review, guys. We really appreciate it. We love reading them. It brightens our day when we get to read those, or 5 stars on Spotify.
Go to confusedbreakfast.com and look at our merch. You can get some shirts. You can get some koozies. You can get some sweatshirts. I think you can get those little sponge guys with the smiley face. I think you can get our logo on those.
Okay.
So sponges, go to confusedbreakfast.com as well and see our ratings. See how this fared individually and overall show. Wow, good.
Go check us out, patreon.com/confusedbreakfast, so you can listen to all the bonus audio content. If you made it this far, you clearly like listening to us. So you need more. You go sign up at Patreon, listen to those, vote on upcoming movies. And we are produced by Upload Media Group here in CD Rapids. We got Craig on the controls.
Yeah.
Celebrating Hobie Days today, and we are on the Cloud 10 iHeart Podcast Network. You can learn more at cloud10.fm. I'm going to put the joke belt back for next episode, which is Con Air. We'll see you then.
See ya. I'm going to go see if my car's got a door ding in it yet.